I think one of the strangest things about modern life is how your brain can feel exhausted, even when your body barely did anything. Like it's not even that late. You didn't go run a marathon. You didn't move furniture all day. You're not physically destroyed. And still, somehow, your mind already feels like it's reached capacity. You sit down to do something simple, and it feels weirdly heavy. You try to focus, and your attention doesn't want to stay still. You read the same line twice. You open something, close it, open something else. And suddenly, even basic tasks feel harder than they should. And for a long time, I used to take that feeling personally. I thought it meant I was lazy, or unfocused, or getting worse at handling life. Like maybe I just needed more discipline, more structure, more self-control, more mental toughness. But honestly, I don't think that's the full story. Because I think a lot of mental fatigue has less to do with effort and more to do with accumulation. Your brain gets tired from switching, from deciding, from remembering, from monitoring things in the background, from having too many open loops all day long. And that kind of tired is sneaky because it doesn't always come from one dramatic thing. It can come from 10 small things, 20 small things, 100 tiny fragments of attention getting pulled in different directions until your brain never really gets to settle. That's why some days feel draining. Even when they don't look intense from the outside, you reply to a message, then another. You think about something you forgot. You remember something you need to do later. You check something quickly, you get interrupted, you return, you try to focus, you get pulled again. And none of that sounds serious on its own. That's what makes it dangerous. Because when mental fatigue builds slowly, you don't always notice it happening. You just notice that by the middle of the day, your patience is lower, your focus is weaker, your motivation feels fake. And simple things start feeling more complicated than they actually are. That changed a lot for me once I stopped asking, why am I being like this today? And started asking, what has my attention already been carrying? That question helped way more. Because sometimes the answer is not that I need to push harder. Sometimes the answer is that my brain has already been working for hours before I ever got to the thing I actually cared about. And I think a lot of people live in that state so often that they start treating it like their normal personality. Like, I guess I'm just scattered. I guess I'm just bad at focusing. I guess I'm just tired all the time. But I really don't think that's always true. Sometimes you're not bad at focusing. Sometimes your attention has just been getting chipped away all day. And I think that distinction matters. Because if you think the problem is your character, you'll just blame yourself. But if you realize the problem might be overload, fragmentation, and invisible mental work, then suddenly the solution starts to look different. Maybe you need less switching. Maybe you need fewer open loops. Maybe you need more protected time. Maybe you need fewer inputs before asking your brain to do something deep. And no, that doesn't magically solve everything. But it does make the struggle make more sense. Because when your brain feels tired before the day is even over, that doesn't always mean you're weak. It doesn't always mean you're lazy. And it definitely doesn't always mean you're failing. Sometimes it just means your attention has been doing way more work than anyone can see. And I think life gets a little easier when you stop treating mental exhaustion like a moral problem and start seeing it for what it actually is.